Hi, my name's Rayal, as in I'm going to be Rayal with you today as we talk about numbers. So last time our maths lady talked about how we can use number talks to really get inside the minds of students to see the strategies that they're using to think about and break apart numbers. Number talks are a great way to do that. But today we're going to talk about strategies that we can use when we're doing number talks with more challenging students. So the first thing that I like to do is something I like to call relevant everyday life, right? So incorporating it, incorporating things that are happening in students' lives and making it relevant, okay? Because we want that everyday connection. So one thing that I like to do is incorporating those really challenging behaviors into the number talk. So for example, I might have my board up here and I might look out into the class and think, whoa, what are we really struggling with? What kind of behaviors are we really struggling with this week? And I might see Liliana over there and I might think, oh, okay, I know what we're going to do today. And so to the class, I might say, all right, class, how many times do you think that I'm going to have to ask Liliana today to keep her hands to herself? Okay, and so then students' eyes get wide, because it's connecting to something that happens that they see happening every day. And so one student might say 8 times, and so I say, great, we take that number 8, we write the circles out, and then we talk about what are some different ways that we can break apart the number 8, what are some number bonds, how can we make the number 8. So that's our number talk for the day. Something else that I like to do is say, how many referrals do you think that Miss Real is going to write today? 23. Okay, 23. Great number. How can we break this apart? What kind of number bonds can we do? So they might say 10 and 13 or 20 and 3, those kind of things. So it's really connecting to their everyday life, something that's happening in the moment. Okay, so that's a great strategy. The next strategy I like to use is called keeping on, teaching on. So that means really that no matter what happens in the classroom, you're keeping on, teaching on. And so the first strategy I use is let's say I'm doing a number talk with and I'm getting the strategy from Billy up here, and so I'm writing it out, right? But there's some behavior going on in the back, so I just incorporate that. I don't stop, I keep on teaching on. So for example, I might be like, so Billy, I see that you took this number, you divided it by 2, multiplied it by 16, and then you thought, oh, okay, 16 take away 6, that's a 10, right? And then you broke it in half, and then you put it in a third, right? And then you multiplied 2 again to get your number, and then, okay, so this is an example. So as I'm doing that, I don't really stop, I just kind of throw it right in. I don't even have to make eye contact. It's almost like I have eyes in the back of my head, and I'm like, so, and then you multiplied it by 2 again, and you need to be sitting on your pockets. And is that correct, Billy? Is that the number that you got? And oh, you need to be keeping your hands to yourself. So does everybody see the picture that I just drew up here? So I just kind of like throw it right in. I don't stop teaching, I keep on teaching on, I just throw it right out. So oh, so Savannah, I see that you did 2 and 2 is 4. Jean, you need to put down the chair. And then you got 4 here, okay? Is that correct? Jean, I asked you to put down the chair. Is that correct? Is that correct? Okay. So you just keep on teaching on. Now, in extreme scenarios, let's talk about those. Let's say, not every day Jean isn't going to put the chair down. So let's talk about what you do during a number talk when that happens. So one thing I like to do is I like to use an anchor chart to do my number talks. And so when I use that anchor chart, guess what? It's a portable learning station. I can take it with me wherever I go. So up here I'm doing my number talk, Gina starts throwing the chairs, I just take that, you know what, the students line up, we just keep going. I've got it in my hand, I'm still writing, I'm still drawing. So 2 and 2 is 4, I want you to step around the chairs that are being thrown and on the ground, and then anyone else have another way to represent 4? So 3 and 1, oh, and I said to step around the chairs, we're not going near Jean right now, out into the hallway. Great, and a thumbs up on your chest if you had a different strategy. Okay, so I just took it out into the hallway. Keep on teaching on, even in the hall, while help is on the way. And while help is on the way, hopefully it's on the way, in the hallway, that's another great way to incorporate something relevant that's happening in students' lives. So I might just say, How many chairs do we think that Gene is going to throw? 13. Oh, 13 chairs. Okay, how can we break this number apart? How can we think about it? What are the different strategies that we have? Okay, so that's one way to think about it. I hope these were very helpful. I'm Rael, and I hope this number talk about working with challenging students was realistic for you. Until next time, chip chip cheerio.